There's a reason that among 8 billion people, only a select few are able to gather mountains of wealth. The core difference between the rich and the poor is their mentality. The rich simply see the world around them in a different way than their less fortunate peers. As a result of this difference in mentality, the rich develop a series of different habits that not only allow them to sustain their wealth, but increase it as well. So if you want to know about these habits, then stay tuned till the end of the video. Number 1. Rich promote themselves and their value. Since most wealthy people got there thanks to some special talent or bright idea, they like to be generous with the talent or concept. People tend to brag about their best qualities in an attempt to assist others to improve by spreading information. Many of the poor are not even conscious about their own talent in any area, and this lack of exceptional skills sometimes serves as a forerunner to economic failure. As a result, those with fewer resources are forced to make the most of the abilities they do possess, as those at the bottom of the income scale often fail to appreciate the significance of self-promotion. Number 2. Associate with successful people. Affluent people know how crucial it is to maintain a positive frame of mind. Spend enough time among chronic complainers, and they'll start doing the same. On the other hand, their perspective on the world may change dramatically if they spend time with people who are often talking about success, opportunity, and the positive aspects of life. The world is no longer a gloomy place to live, but rather a shining land of accomplishment and promise. You've probably heard the saying, you can tell a lot about a guy by the company he keeps. Well, wealthy individuals know this to be true and choose to hang out with others who are either at the same level as they are or even further ahead. They're constantly on the lookout for people who might inspire them to develop personally and professionally. Instead of surrounding themselves with positive, successful individuals, the poor choose to hang out with those who are always moaning about how bad their lives are. Number 3. Focus on opportunities, not obstacles. The rich always look on the bright side of things and don't mind a few roadblocks. To better illustrate our point, allow us to tell you a story. So there was once a fisherman who went into town hoping to make a living by selling his catch, but he didn't make a single sale. After much frustration, he left town, and on his way out, he spotted another fisherman making his way to the harbor. Nobody in town, he informed the man, knew what fish was. The second man's face lit up when he heard this, and he exclaimed that he had finally discovered an unoccupied market in which to make money. This is what we mean when we say that the wealthy seize opportunities. If the second fisherman is successful in penetrating this market, he will set the price, thus increasing his wealth, while the first fisherman who gave up would see none of the benefits of his work. Number 4. Control their emotions. It's not necessary to verbalize every single notion. Some feelings are better left unspoken. Saying what's really on your mind puts people in danger. 69% of persons in poverty have developed a habit of loose lips. On the other hand, 94% of wealthy report that they're able to control their emotions. They have learned the hard way that allowing emotions to take over may be detrimental to both personal and professional relationships. Don't blurt out your thoughts and feelings until you've had a chance to collect your thoughts and look at the matter rationally. Regulating one's level of fear is crucial. A dread of the unknown can accompany any kind of change, even happy ones like a wedding or a promotion. People who are well off have trained themselves to ignore such negative ideas, while others who are financially precarious give in to their fears and let them hold them back. Leaning in a little at a time until you acquire confidence is the key of overcoming your fear of anything, from change to making mistakes to taking risks to fail outright. What a difference a little self-assurance can make. Number 5. Believe in the law of income. The rich believe that their pay will be directly related to the value they add to the market. For example, if they help create a product that almost everyone needs, they believe they should be paid more than if they had not been involved. Rich people understand that output is the only metric that matters in today's results-driven society. However, those with lower socioeconomic status tend to believe that they should be compensated in direct proportion to the amount of effort they put into a certain work. It's true that success can be attributed in part to one's own hard work, but the increased effort may not necessarily result in more fruitful outcomes, suggesting inefficiency. When value-added results are infrequently produced, Poor people often miss the point by concentrating on inputs rather than outputs. Number 6. Take responsibility for their actions. One of the key characteristics of the wealthy is their willingness to accept responsibility for their mistakes and learn from them. People with a lot of money have to take the heat when things go wrong. They use it as a tool for self-improvement. Their sense of self-worth rises as a result. They will be able to increase their profits as a result of avoiding similar pitfalls in the future and finding effective answers to their issues. Alternatively, reducing effort while maintaining financial stability. People in need always attribute their predicament to the actions of others. Rather than take responsibility, they continue to blame others. The problem is that they simply can't get better. The problem is that they refuse to improve upon past mistakes. With such a frame of mind, you will never be able to expand your financial resources. Number 7. More is always better. Years ago, economists came up with the term opportunity cost to describe the opportunity that was missed. Said another way, if you choose one thing above another, you will always have to give something else up. If you have $5 and decide to buy an ice cream cone instead of a pack of gum, you're effectively giving up the gum. The poor have a singular focus because of their limited resources. If a wealthy person needed both items, they could either save up the difference between the two prices or invest the money to earn a return large enough to cover both purchases. Number 8. Constantly learn and grow. Many young people today believe that if they put in the minimum amount of effort required to obtain a degree, they will never again need to read a book for the rest of their lives. It's possible they'll realize this dream, but if they do, they'll probably remain impoverished indefinitely. The wealthy have an insatiable need for information because they realize that expanding their horizons increases their chances of success. The typical multimillionaire reads one nonfiction book per month in an effort to develop into their ideal self. The typical poor individual won't read anything and won't improve. Number 9. Never back down. Those who are wealthy or on the path to wealth are patient and willing to work hard in the long run. Even though they're facing difficulties now, they're working toward a bright future and are determined to succeed because of the benefits they will reap in the future. You may have heard the adage that difficult circumstances make men strong, and pleasant times make men weak. This saying is apt since those who aren't afraid to dive right in will never achieve their goals, because they will never give up until they reach their goals. Meanwhile, the impoverished will avoid any endeavor they perceive to be overly taxing or time-consuming. Number 10. Grow bigger than their problems. The difference between the rich and the poor is that the poor fall prey to their problem, while the rich grow bigger than them. They learn from their difficulties, and as a result, they come out stronger. You won't see people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos crying about the cards that life has dealt them. Rather, they will use those very cards to their advantage and become better versions of themselves. Simply put, the rich are far more prepared to deal with their issues than the poor. In addition to that, they're determined to change the course of their life, and as a result, they're willing to put in more time and effort to reach their goals.